Assalamu alaikum, Sayyidi.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Dear Sayyidi, you mentioned those buildings were built by other civilizations. Were they built by the Tartarian Empire, and were they an inspired nation? Forgive my other.
Yeah, they have many versions of that. What they want to call them, where they're called. But there were many groups of people on this earth, and history rewritten and changed. So we say even in black nobility, all throughout Europe there are statues of black people and nobody can explain them, and they're all looking royalty. So we just make this. I don't think you white people made a whole bunch of statues of these black people, but these are just signs you didn't take down, because Allah leaves signs, that inspire people to forget about that and just go to something else, so that people would come and realize, what's that? Means that they knew the race of the Prophets alayhim salam, they knew the identity of these nations, and everything became hidden and destroyed. And even those civilizations and festivals, and they would have, what was the world festivals, they said they were huge and immense, the world fair. And they would build massive structures to host these world fairs. And then they said, oh, they would tear it down after the fair. No, they didn't tear anything down. But when they decided to destroy the signs of these realities, to bring upon a new enslavement, a new version of how we're going to make more money from the chickens we have. Don't allow them to be free range, because they're enjoying themselves too much. So let's take these chickens and put them into a small coop and erase the history of how they used to run free. And you hide it, you hide it, you hide it until the chicken forgot that he was free. And he's very content with his coop. He even now pays you to get a small coop. So this is the understanding of it. Now what name exactly, is it spelled like this, is it spelled like that, that doesn't do you any good anyways. Just know that you have an ability to be free, and don't let that system encage you. Don't let it lock your left side, where every time we talk you're trying to analyze with your satanic brain, because shaitan's not going to allow you to understand what's being said, because you're going to break the shackle that binds you. Spirituality and spiritual training breaks those binds. People whom are threatened by spirituality is because their shaitans are telling them, don't break that lock, and that's the danger. But Allah will smash the locks and a great awakening will occur upon the earth. So these are the days of difficulty. In those days of difficulty, when the shaking and quaking and every testing begins, those whom try to imprison God's creatures, we said they're scared, they're moving money, because they want to know where we're going to put all this money if everything collapses. Like Qarun, they're going to carry just the keys of his treasures that he left behind. He had just the keys of treasures he left behind. Same fear coming now for them. Why Allah puts fear? That where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put this? Where are you going to put that? Then they're building palaces into mountains as if mountains don't collapse. They're building huge ships, $500 million ships. Why do they want $500 million ship? Is they want to go out into the ocean when they think, oh, the people are going to be eating each other on earth. Because they don't understand, if they had taken one course in Islam, Allah has jal, a jinn that merely will stand up in the ocean and he will flip the entire ocean. What was you thought in the water, he will bring it all up into the air and spin the entire air. He'll make the whole ocean into the air. And it's just like a dinner trick for him, for his kids to watch and say, hey watch, I'm going to take the entire ocean, bring it into the air and begin to spin it under Allah's command. Who can stop that? $500 million ship, even you build yourself a submarine, it's not going to help you with that. Where on land are you going to hide? Where in the mountains are you going to hide? Where in the ocean are you going to hide from your Lord? There is no hiding. Why? Because they try to enslave God's creatures. So when we say the awakening comes, it's when Allah's anger opens upon the earth. Awakening is not by people becoming militant. That's when they're crazy people are out being crazy and because they're crazy. But the awakening that comes is when Allah's anger enters the earth in its final blast. It was but one shout and everything begins to shatter. And the only safety that mankind have is in their good deeds and good actions and good character. And that's the process of tariqah, is to build the character, build the character, build the character to achieve Allah's satisfaction. If Allah's satisfied, then that is enough of a protection. That even when Dajjal spins the ocean, it avoids you. Even you're next to the ocean, he'll spin the entire ocean and move you out of the way. If Allah has found favour for you and become mahfuz, guarded individual. So Allah gives to us in Qur'an, they have neither fear nor grief. And this is the state of good character and the love of tariqah because of their love for Sayyidina Muhammad inshaAllah.